So you want to know 3 reasons why we like YouConnect over RIMS.
Yeah, that's like I'll tell you what kind of stirred this. I got an email from a guy at a bank, kind of similar size to you guys actually, and the feedback from the videos I've done, like obviously with you guys and several of our other banks, has been great. But this guy was kind of like, have you guys ever thought of doing a side-by-side comparison, RIMS versus YouConnect? What are the main advantages to YouConnect over RIMS? So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and like what sticks out the most since you guys have been underway for what, a little over a year or so now, maybe?
July will be 2 years.
Oh, okay. So we're coming up on 2 years. Yeah. So like to you guys using it every day, like what do you notice the most?
Well, and that would be my first question back to you. Is this guy currently uses RIMS?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So he's going to know. And Todd and I talked before we got on the call.
Yeah.
And we had customer service as our 5th one.
Really?
Customer service is number 1.
Number 1. Okay.
We have a problem. We call, it gets resolved, period. With RIMS, you call, you get a ticket number. 2 days later, it might be resolved. And this is all stuff that this guy would know.
Right.
Okay. So customer service, without a doubt, is the number 1 for me.
Okay.
I would say second is the communication between the appraisal department and the lending staff, and the appraisal department and the appraiser.
Yeah.
Okay. The comments just make it so simple to throw a comment in there and talk to either one of those groups and then translate that to them. Because usually when the lending staff, while something is engaged, comes back and says, what's the status on this? So you go down to the bid engagement comment, throw a thing out to the appraiser, they come back, you take it right back to the lender.
Right.
So I think communication is far superior to RIMS.
And on what Jim just said, that communication is all documented and saved. So that leaves you an audit trail, and you go back. In RIMS, we were forever getting emails and requests and things like that on outside email servers, and you'd have to copy and paste it back into notes. And that was just to keep a correct audit trail of what was going on. It just was very difficult. It was
we were really constantly copying and pasting.
So that's what I was going to ask. With RIMS, so all of the communication isn't captured within the system like it is with YouConnect?
Yeah, you have to send something out through your Outlook. When you get a response to Outlook, you have to copy and paste that into RIMS.
Oh,
very
wow.
cumbersome.
Yeah. Number 3 then?
For me, it would be ease of use.
Okay.
A lot less clicking. And if he's a RIMS user, he would understand that.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th would be an audit trail. The audit trail function is much simpler to produce.
Okay.
YouConnect also has a feature where you can list a user as somebody in audit, so they can go in and extract information that they want to see, but they don't have full access to the system. RIMS didn't have that. You didn't have an audit function. You had to, you either had to give them the information they were looking for, or come up with a user and then go back and restrict all the authorizations.
Wow.
Which was it's anytime you have to do that for an auditor, it does not bode well.
Okay.
The reporting function. RIMS reporting function was very cumbersome. Okay, they had an ad hoc reporting system that you couldn't figure out. It was horrible. In fact, there were several reports that I attempted to create in there. And what this guy doesn't know is I'm kind of geeky when it comes to computers.
Yeah.
And, so I dive into that type of thing. With RIMS, I was always struggling to produce that report because it was so in depth that it made users like me struggle with it. So I could only imagine somebody who doesn't have a lot of computer skills trying to deal with that. When you get to a situation where you've started to create a report, you might have run into some problems. All you got to do is email Sunda, and the next day your report is fixed.
Yeah.
So tremendous advantage. We do several reports on a weekly and monthly basis, and it's the ease of use. I mean, that goes back to number 2.
Like Jim was saying, we do several reports on a weekly and monthly basis, and we can set those reports up to be automatically delivered anywhere in the bank that has all you have to do is log on to YouConnect. Right. But we have those reports. We actually have them delivered to other emails. So you can deliver these reports automatically. They go out at the same time every day. It creates and it compiles the data, and then it sends it out in the way you want it to look. And that's really, really helpful. So
what are some of the main things you guys are specifically reporting on a weekly basis like that?
Sunda helped us develop a batch invoicing function.
Okay.
It has been just a time saver for Shawnette, our appraisal coordinator, who has to deal with that.
Yeah.
And essentially what it is everything that has closed in that week is put into a report with the cost centers and the GLs and the breakdown between the appraisal, the YouConnect fee, and the review fee. It puts it in a very concise format and actually sends it to her. I think on it's run at Sunday, like at 2:00 in the morning, so that on Monday it's waiting for her.
Yeah, nice.
Our special assets, our managed assets department, and I said both of those because some banks refer to them in different fashions, but they are. We have, once our special assets department puts the orders in to YouConnect, we run reports on a weekly basis to give them the status of where each, for us, I think this quarter we have like 30 properties that we got to keep track of. We run this report at the beginning of the week. Any communication that needed to be had between the appraiser and the bank is all documented. We send them that report at the beginning of the week. Done. We didn't have anything like that with RIMS.
Okay.
It also has the ability to do different pipeline reports for the different divisions in the bank if you so wanted to do that.
Yeah, and we do have those reports sent. What those executives want to do with them, what they're sent. Todd gets a completed assignment report on a monthly basis, beginning every month. It tells him how many reviews we did in that particular month.
We also get a report every month on the list of approved appraisers that we're running with, so that we can keep that up, because we usually have to show that on a month-by-month basis to audit. So that's also very helpful, and things that we don't have to go in and do. It's just there. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. So looking back, so you guys have been almost 2 years down the road, right? What's the impact of making that switch? That, like, Ben, obviously those are 5 huge things right there, but like what's been the outcome for you guys as an appraisal department at a bank?
Efficiency. It's made us more efficient. It's made us more responsive to our bank customers.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's easier to do our job as reviewers and appraisers when you don't have to worry about the system. The system works because it does what it's supposed to do, so we can focus on what we're supposed to do. We don't have to focus on fixing the system or working around this or trying to make this square peg fit in this round hole. We can review, we can get orders processed, we can make sure that our customers, who are our lending staff, get the things that they need in order to close the loans.